that I don't know. At the time that I don't know. Schumacher, who befriended Allen when they worked together in the 1973 film Sleeper, describes him as a generous friend and shared the theory that Allen's relationship with Su Ying Previn, damn, that's a weird fucking name. Sorry, someone's gonna be like racist. Who is now his wife. Mia Farrow recounted when she discovered the affair between her then boyfriend and her 21-year-old adopted daughter. When she found nude photographs of Pervin in the 56-year-old's apartment. Schumacher. That's right. Woody Allen left. I gotta look up Wikipedia because his personal life's weird. Let me type it in the trusty keyboard. Woody Allen. He was born Haywood Allen. Haywood Woody Allen, born Allen Stewart Coensberg. Why would you go from Allen to Haywood? Kind of sounds. Okay. Oh, there was always this theory that people said that Woody Allen was Su Yi's, whatever. A lot of people believe that he was the stepfather of her over the years. It was kind of like the weirdest thing to hear. So, anyway, back to the Schumacher interview. I would not want to interview Joel Schumacher. Because there's a photograph, you look at him, he looks like a shady son of a bitch. However, he believes the theory that Woody Allen left Polaroid photos of Su Ying Pervin, whatever her name is. Yeah, the interview where he says that he isn't his wife's stepfather. You look at photographs of them together, it kind of looks it, because he's an old sumbitch. Anyway, I want to skip this interview. Schumacher has declined to name famous people that, he talks about his personal life, who he slept with. Don't really care. Okay, now it's time for the Batman parts. Schumacher talked about Batman. He called Tommy Lee Jones in the interview, quote, Tommy Lee Jones is an asshole because he was not kind to Jim Carrey, who both starred in Batman Forever as Two-Face and Riddler. Tommy is, and I say with great respect, he's a scene stealer. Well, you can't steal the scene from Jim Carrey. That's impossible. And I think that really irked Tommy. No, he wasn't kind to Jim. He continued, he did not act towards Jim the way the Oscar winner with a star on the Hollywood Boulevard would act. He was being the oldest of the cast and having such distinguished career. My voice is kind of going out. With accolades to go on with it. He should have acted towards Jim. With respect. But what happens on set stays on set. This one I don't really like. The way he talks about Val Kilmer. And I'm a huge Val Kilmer fan. I think Val Kilmer is one of the great actors. And I know a lot of people find this sacrilegious, but he was sort of better than Keaton. I know a lot of people are going to get upset about it, but I love Michael Keaton, but Kilmer did such an amazing job with duality of the character. And there's deleted scenes if you watch it. I wish they kept in, but, at the time they were sort of going with a different route with Batman. It always irked me, because it's like, I wish they would have kept those scenes that Kilmer did, like the Batcave scene where he's reading the journal of his life and he's encountering this giant bat. It would have been such an amazing scene, but they cut it, which kind of bugged me. So, he talks about Kilmer. And this story right here, when he brings up Brando, take it with a grain of salt. Because, mind you, Schumacher did not direct the movie that Brando and Kilmer did. So, of Batman Forever lead Val Kilmer, Schumacher admits calling Kilmer psychotic, claiming that Brando berated the actor while shooting the 1996 The Islands of Dr. Moreau, which Schumacher did not direct. I do know Marlon Brando. I'm sure he did. Because, for those who don't know, Marlon Brando was a bisexual person. So, I'm sure Schumacher, I'm not making allegations, but I'm sure Schumacher knew Brando. So, I do know Marlon Brando. I do know that Marlon Brando threw Val's cell phone in the bushes and said, "Young man, do not confuse your ego with the size of your salary ever." Schumacher revealed, "Here's the difference between Val Kilmer and Tommy Lee Jones. I do not care what state Tommy Lee Jones is in emotionally when the camera rolls. There is no bad take. Val is a different story, but he was a fabulous Batman." It's just like, wow, you go from insulting him to like complimenting him. It's different. Schumacher shared stories about Julia Roberts' struggle with fame and being betrayed by an old friend, the very, very rough childhoods of Lost Boys Corey Feldman and the late Corey Haim, and the terrible 2008 overdose, the result of 25-year-old Brad Renford, which, if you ever type in that one, it's kind of a bizarre, I wouldn't say a bizarre story, but a very tragic story where people such as like Bryan Singer, who I think is a living piece of shit, took advantage of Brad Renford and ruined him. Let's see. Yeah. It's kind of different. Like, Brad Renford, you had to, like, Google him because his life was, like, very fucked up. Getting to the other article where Schumacher talks about the Batman films. Schumacher says that he shouldn't have made any of his Batman films, which I kind of disagree. He did a great job with Batman Forever, even though the title's weird, because how can you name a movie Forever if it's the third film? Batman and Robin, I have to do an episode talking about Batman and Robin, because Batman and Robin is one of those films that you can't really describe it. I love how they put an article and it says, like, click to read the article, and it's like a side scroll of photos in the article. It's like the dumbest thing ever. So, Schumacher believes that Kilmer is one of the best Batman actors. Who do you think is the best Batman actor? I think it's Adam West, in my opinion. But, you know. I hate this one. It's like anytime I scroll down, it goes like past the article I'm trying to read. Okay, he talks about Batman and Robin, which is kind of interesting. Okay, Kilmer and Jones is known for being method actors during the production. During production headaches, which led to Schumacher replacing Kilmer and Jones in the film, well, they didn't bring back Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey for the sequel, but there is a scene where their costumes are on display in Arkham. But they did replace Kilmer with George Clooney, the worst Batman actor ever. He added, quote, he was asked about the bright colors, the script, and the acting of the film, which led to fans questioning the characters' sexualities and stuff. Bruce Wayne's dialogue concerning marriage, Schumacher had this to say about it, acknowledging stuff such as stating about his sexuality and stuff, saying, if I wasn't gay, they would have never said those things about Batman and Robin. He added, quote, this all started long before I came along. Someone wrote the whole thing about it. My dog just woke up from his sleep. About what the real message of the fairy tales and children's stories were. Snow White was all about having bad stepmothers. Batman and Robin are two homosexual men living in a cave, living together, and there's always been about those things. There's always been about those things saying about Batman and Robin, which aren't true. He said, quote, no, I do not believe Batman and Robin are gay. There were a lot of people who I would say are one particular community who wanted George Clooney to be gay. Schumacher later stated he apologized for the way he made the Batman films, and said he understands that people still consider them the worst films. You know, the thing is, I defended Joel Schumacher when it comes to Batman and Robin. Were they bad films? Yes. They are really bad films. I mean, if he didn't make Batman and Robin, we would have never gotten the Nolan films. Sometimes you unfortunately have to go through the brick wall and someone gets bloodied. But if you released that film today, Batman and Robin, it probably would have made $1 billion fucking dollars. And MCU fans would say it's the best fucking film ever made. They would say it, because MCU fans are fucking morons. I don't hate Joel Schumacher. I don't care about his personal life, and his, I don't really care about it. I like the film Phone Booth.